Well, in her new book, Why We Can't Sleep, Women's New Midlife Crisis, Ada Calhoun dives into the unique pressures Generation X women face as they hit middle age. Not only do they sleep less than other generations, but studies find they are often more anxious as well.
So the book has been widely acclaimed, promoted by our very own Rachel Griffith, and has now made the bestseller list. To crack the code on managing the new midlife crisis, Ada Calhoun joins us now from New York. Ada, good morning to you. Thank you for being with us. We really appreciate it. Congratulations, first of all, on the success of the book. It was a really personal journey for you, wasn't it?
Good morning. Yes, it really was.
Describe that for us and for people at home.
So I was having a really rough summer. I was feeling very old. I had a lot of freelance work fall apart. I was broke. I just thought my career was over. And that's when I got a call from Oprah.com asking me to write about my generation. And what I found, talking to a lot of other women and doing research, was that a lot of other women were in a similar situation. So I looked into why.
Well, and I find this really interesting because I'm this generation. I cannot sleep, but and I know you interviewed like more than 200 women, I think. What are the sort of the themes that just kept re-emerging or kept appearing from each of the women that you were speaking to?
Yeah, so I talked to women in every state in the United States, and what I saw again and again was this sense of shame over not having done more. So many of the women I spoke with were doing a lot. They were often working full-time while taking care of little kids, aging parents, working in the community, just dealing with a million different pressures, and yet they had this nagging suspicion that they had left something undone. And I traced that back to the way we were raised, growing up in the 70s and 80s, being told, you know, don't be a nurse, be a doctor, you can do anything, become president, and all of that. And I think that it haunted a lot of women.
Do you take out of this idea that perhaps we can't do it all, that we do have to pick and choose?
What I take out of it is that women are trying to do so much, and I think we just need to cut ourselves a little bit of a break if we don't do it all perfectly. Doing it all perfectly is impossible.
So Ali just mentioned there that she has. I've never heard that you say that before, that you have trouble sleeping.
No, I mean last night I probably got an hour and a half.
Why do you why do you have dramas?
I'm sorry.
Well, I think it's sort of what Ada's going to there. There is just so much going on in your brain in between, you know, running a household. We've got 2 little kids, working full-time, and then, like, we're about to go away for 2 weeks for the tennis and...
getting everything ready.
Just getting everything ready, and you're cooking, you're cleaning, you're doing groceries, and there is just so much going on in your brain that you just can't turn it off.
So how does someone then like Ali, and she wouldn't be alone, there'd be tens of thousands of women across Australia watching now going, I'm with Ali. What do they do?
Yeah. Well, the first step I argue in the book is to really look at all of the pressures on us and to look at all of the factors and forces at work, which are often beyond our control. The way the economy's gone, the way job stability's gone, all of these things we need to acknowledge that this is unique and this is new for us. I say get a club of other women to help with a lot of different things, emotionally and logistically. That's been huge in my life. Get a good doctor, because perimenopause is really under-discussed. It's a taboo subject, and getting your hormones in order can make a huge difference in sleep and also just in giving you the strength to get through this time of life.
What about medication? I mean, it's some who can't just shut their brain off. They need to sleep. They need to get sleep. What are your thoughts on that? Because a lot of people do self-medicate.
A lot of people self-medicate. And a lot of doctors just don't understand the years pre-menopause, and that's something I was really shocked by, that only like 1 in 5 gynecologists even studies menopause medicine.
But I mean, I found it interesting there, you're saying, like, you know, rely on other mates and things to help with the load. All of my mates are as busy as I am. I would never dream of asking any of them to pick up any of the slack because they've got no free time.
Right. However, I think our mothers and grandmothers understood that if you get a bunch of women in a room to talk, even once a month for an hour, that you can figure things out together. You can use each other not just in terms of, like, pick up my kids, but let's strategize this whole period of my life. And for me and for a lot of women I've heard from, getting in the room with those women has really led to a lot of transformation.
Ada, we had tremendous feedback on our Facebook page about this, and I want to get to that if I can. We've got a little bit of time left. Sally says, my head is racing with so much information to keep our family functioning. Tried meditation, natural remedies and relaxation, but can't seem to find the answer. What would you say to that?
Yeah, I mean, I would say that's very common. And I think that, you know, our mothers and grandmothers a lot of times in their 40s and 50s were empty nesters. If they worked a job, they worked 9 to 5. And then the women right now who are in their 40s and 50s, they're like that woman you just read the post from. They're trying to do so many things, and I think we just need to recognize them for how important their work is. I mean, they're holding the family together, they're holding the world together.
A lot of the messages that we had come through all dealt with money, and there's one from Andrea here. It says, money worries destroy my nights. Having become a single mother, every day is a struggle. I overthink every night.
Yeah, the money thing is huge. So one woman after another that I spoke with was so ashamed to have credit card debt, to have house debt, to be underwater a lot of times on the house. And one thing I trace in the book is all the forces at work on women of this generation. We hit a recession when we graduated. We hit, like Gen X, one thing after the other went wrong for us financially. So what I tell women is if you're in dire straits financially, it's not probably that you screwed up, that you were just bad at money. It could be that the world has changed in a way that made it very hard to make good money and to save money.
There's tremendous insight in this book. I really appreciate your time today, and I think a lot of women in Australia will get a whole lot out of it. It's on the best-selling list in the US. Obviously, it's working there, so we appreciate your time today. Thank you. And thank you all at home, too, for sending in your feedback on that story. I know it's difficult to make your own lives public, but when you write in these things, it gives us a great insight into how you're feeling at home, so thank you for that.
And also realise that we're not alone, that every other person's feeling the same way. Just that really stretched.
Yeah.